Apple is about to do something they have never done before. And it is not about the camera. It is not about the chip. It is something in the design that leaked last month that most people scrolled right past. And it could completely change whether upgrading to the iPhone 18 Pro Max is the smartest investment you make this year or the biggest timing mistake you could make. Let's get into it. The iPhone 18 Pro Max is expected to launch in September 2025. Early pricing estimates put it at $1,299 for the base storage tier, a $100 increase over the iPhone 17 Pro Max. That is not a small number. And before you close this video, that price bump actually comes with a very specific reason that makes it easier to justify than it sounds. Here is what is changing and why it matters to your buying decision right now. The most significant hardware shift expected in the iPhone 18 Pro Max is the move to an under-display Face ID system. Apple has been working on this for 3 generations. Supply chain reports confirm that mass production of the required sensors has already begun. What this means for you is a true full-screen display. No dynamic island, no cutout, nothing interrupting the screen real estate you're paying for. If you're someone who uses your phone for creative work, video content, or long reading sessions, that is a meaningful upgrade to the premium ownership experience. But that is not the biggest change. The display itself is getting a serious upgrade. The iPhone 18 Pro Max is expected to feature a micro-lens array update to the OLED panel that delivers up to 40% better outdoor brightness over the iPhone 17 Pro Max. That means hitting over 3,000 nits in peak brightness. In real-world terms, using your phone in direct sunlight without squinting or adjusting angles, that becomes a non-issue. For professionals and creators working outdoors or in mixed lighting environments, this is not a spec sheet win. It is a daily quality of life improvement. And here's where things get very interesting. The chip powering the iPhone 18 Pro Max is expected to be the A19 Pro, built on TSMC's second-generation 3nm process. Early benchmark estimates suggest a 25 to 30% jump in CPU performance over the A18 Pro. In real-world terms, that translates to faster 4K ProRes video exports, snappier AI processing, and gaming performance that closes the gap with dedicated handheld gaming devices. If you are a creator doing on-device editing, that single improvement could save you meaningful time every single day. Most buyers comparing specs right now are completely missing one detail. Apple is rumored to be doubling the base RAM in the Pro Max to 12 GB. The current iPhone 17 Pro Max ships with 8 GB. That extra RAM directly supports on-device AI processing, specifically Apple Intelligence features that run locally without cloud dependency. Faster AI responses, better real-time photo processing, smarter predictive functions. This is not a theoretical future-proofing benefit. Apple's AI roadmap for 2025 and 2026 relies heavily on local RAM headroom. Buying in at 12 GB now means your device stays relevant for AI-driven features 2 and 3 years down the road. That is a long-term ownership value argument that Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra buyers at the same $1,299 price point do not have the same confidence in, because Samsung's AI ecosystem relies far more heavily on cloud processing. Let's talk about the camera system, because this is the area most people are waiting on. The primary camera on the iPhone 18 Pro Max is expected to remain at 48 megapixels. But the sensor size is reportedly increasing, which improves light capture without increasing pixel count. In real-world shooting, especially in low light, this produces cleaner images with less digital noise, a genuine upgrade over the iPhone 17 Pro Max without chasing megapixels for marketing purposes. The telephoto system is where Apple is reportedly making the most aggressive jump. Leaks point to a 5x optical zoom, getting a hardware upgrade that significantly improves optical image stabilization. Video shooters and travel photographers will notice this immediately. And this brings us to the part that almost nobody is talking about right now. Apple is expected to introduce a new video recording format for the iPhone 18 Pro Max, a higher bitrate ProRes option specifically optimized for Apple Final Cut Pro on Mac. If you're a creator who shoots on iPhone and edits on Mac, this is not a minor update. This is Apple building a tighter pro creative workflow that Google Pixel 9 Pro XL and Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra simply cannot match from an ecosystem integration standpoint. That ecosystem advantage is real long-term investment value. Now let's talk about battery, because this matters. The iPhone 18 Pro Max is expected to feature a larger battery cell made possible by thinner display components. Early reports suggest an improvement of 10 to 15% in battery endurance over the iPhone 17 Pro Max, combined with more efficient A19 Pro power management. You're looking at a device that pushes well past a full day of heavy use in a genuinely comfortable 2-day casual use territory. For travelers and professionals who cannot always charge during the day, this is meaningful. Charging speed is expected to see a modest improvement, rumored at 35 to 40 watts wired. Still slower than what OnePlus, Xiaomi, and Samsung offer at this price point. But Apple's heat management and long-term battery health approach remains the most conservative and arguably the most responsible for protecting your investment over 3 to 4 years. At the 5-minute mark, here is where the real story emerges. Everyone is talking about specs. Nobody is talking about what happens when you actually hold this phone. The design is reportedly shifting to a titanium frame with a slightly slimmer profile than the iPhone 17 Pro Max. At the same time, the thermal system is being redesigned to handle sustained A19 Pro performance without throttling. In real-world gaming and extended video export sessions, this means consistent peak performance, not a 30-second burst followed by a slowdown. That is the difference between a phone that performs in a benchmark and a phone that performs in your hands every single day. This is what premium build quality actually means in practice. So here's who should buy the iPhone 18 Pro Max. If you're on an iPhone 15 Pro Max or older, this is a strong upgrade cycle. You're looking at meaningful chip improvements, a full-screen redesign, significant camera hardware changes, and a battery that will handle your lifestyle without anxiety. The investment at $1,299 breaks down to roughly $360 per year over a 3-year ownership cycle. For a device you use every single hour of every day, that math is very reasonable. If you're on an iPhone 16 Pro Max, wait. The performance delta does not justify the upgrade cost. If you're on an iPhone 17 Pro Max, absolutely wait. You are holding current generation hardware. The 18 Pro Max is not a generational leap for you. For creators doing on-device video work, the ProRes workflow upgrade and the RAM increase make this the most compelling iPhone for professional creative investment since the iPhone 14 Pro series introduced ProRes in the first place. For gamers, the A19 Pro sustained performance without thermal throttling is the most important thing here. This is the closest an iPhone has come to handheld gaming device performance standards. For casual users who just want a great phone, the iPhone 17 Pro Max is available right now at a lower price and handles everything you need today. Unless the full-screen design matters deeply to you, waiting is the smarter financial move. Here is the bottom line. The iPhone 18 Pro Max is shaping up to be the most complete Pro Max upgrade in 3 years. Under-display Face ID, a brighter and cleaner display, a more powerful and efficient chip with doubled RAM, a better low-light camera, and a battery that finally matches the premium price tag. At $1,299, it is expensive, but the long-term ownership value, especially for creators, professionals, and anyone coming from a 2022 or 2023 iPhone, makes this a smart investment, not just a tech upgrade.